It often feels like we have a bit of a love-hate relationship with development here. It's either people that want to develop at any cost or people that want to stop development at any cost. But I don't think it's that black and white. Okay, there are many ways to look at this issue, but we like to think of it in 3 different parts. For the municipality, where development happens matters a lot. Having new homes built further away from the city center means having to pay more money to bring services like buses, sidewalk maintenance, and garbage collection. So having new homes built in the regional center where amenities already exist saves money in the long term. How much money? Well, a study commissioned by HRM in 2013 found we'd save up to $3.1 billion by 2031 if 50% of future development happened in this area. That's also not to mention the sustainability and health benefits of more people living in the regional center where they can walk instead of drive. Now, the reality is that the regional center is currently seeing a lot of new development, and a part of the center plan HRM has been working on since 2015 has been to support the community by first identifying areas in the regional center that are most likely to see more buildings, and then listening to feedback about those areas and creating regulations that allow them to grow in a way that is appropriate, according to the 7 themes guiding the plan. Right now, they're kind of at part 1, and it looks like this. Now, the reality is that there's much more to this than numbers, so that makes HRM's relationship with development a bit more complicated.
A lot of the neighborhoods planned for growth have some concerns about development. For them, the municipality's plan could bring in a lot of unwanted development on top of development that is already taking place. There are concerns such as the long shadows that tall buildings cast, wind tunnels created by bulky design, and affordable housing that's being lost as older homes are replaced by newer ones, or sometimes by car dealership expansions. Then there are issues such as protecting heritage buildings, having buildings that are aesthetically too tall compared to their surroundings, and preserving views from the Citadel, the Central Library, or other condos sometimes. The reality is that a lot of developments bring in criticisms from the surrounding community. But these criticisms are important in starting a discussion on what makes HRM an interesting and livable place to be, and what needs to be maintained to keep it that way.
Okay, but it's the developers that are making the homes that will eventually house future HRM residents. And those developers are running a business.
Every building built needs a business case, and if that business case is too risky, it doesn't get built. To developers, the regulations coming from the center plan could go too far and harm the financial viability of developing anything in those areas.
It's this business side of development that can be so controversial at times. Indeed, development is one of the few industries that comes under such public scrutiny. Many feel that the way it's been discussed in HRM has led to a demonization of development and developers. But I guess Paul McCartney's right. You can't buy love.
At the end of the day, the municipality's interests are for the best of its residents. That $3.1 billion could go towards paying for public art, or an affordable housing program, or more videos on urban planning topics. I mean, who knows? But what I do know is that will require a delicate balance between allowing for developments that are both financially viable, but also respectful to the communities that they join. Encouraging development in the regional center to build a more sustainable city while saving taxpayers' money is a noble cause and perhaps isn't all that different from encouraging other private industries such as wind power or solar energy. On the other hand, we're talking about people's neighborhoods here, and when that's being impacted by development, you have to ask, are we losing the very traits that made our communities attractive in the first place? Like I said, it's complicated, but keeping up with HRM's plans for future growth is as easy as visiting centerplan.ca. Or you can get in touch with the team behind the plan directly, if you're the social type. We're PlanFX, and we don't mean to be the center of attention here, But we'd really appreciate it if you've shared this video with your friends and kept the conversation going. Thank you so much. Goodbye. I don't know, it should roll credits at this point, right? Just right in front of my face? Yeah, let's do that. Or maybe like right there.